Today, you're gonna learn how Raiden went from low tier to completely banned.
By the Elder Gods.
Because today, we're discussing Mortal Kombat attacks so unfair that the entire character had to be banned at tournaments. And listen, balancing a fighting game is very hard, but sometimes the developers make crazy mistakes. In fact, one of these characters has an infinite on block. That's right, they can kill you for blocking, which is crazy. But do you know what's also crazy? The amount of fun you can have with today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by the Gel Blaster Surge. This will make an awesome gift for my nephew, and I bet someone in your family would love it too. It fires safe and eco-friendly gellets and comes with 2 fire settings, fully automatic and semi-automatic. The Gel Blaster Surge comes with 10,000 gellets, which don't leave a mess, and you get up to 4 hours of play on a single charge. I'm not gonna lie, the Gel Blaster was pretty accurate, and I had a fun time with it. I know that most of you watching are adults, so the Gel Blaster could be a perfect gift for your kids or even a young relative. But don't forget to use my code so you get 10% off, and that code is TRUEUDG10. The Gel Blaster Surge is good for hours of fun, it doesn't leave a mess, and yeah, I had a great time with it. So first up, we're talking about Raiden, which is hilarious because this guy was low tier for the longest time. When this game first came out, if you picked Raiden, you were hindering yourself. However, little by little, he got better here and there and eventually did climb up the tier list a little bit. And then one day, NetherRealm made a big mistake and accidentally made this man overpowered. In fact, Raiden became so overpowered that he was banned at certain tournaments in Texas, which is where I live. So yeah, some local tournaments would not let you play as Raiden. Why? Well, because NetherRealm went and gave this man an infinite, and I mean a true infinite. There was no way to escape, which is rare in Mortal Kombat games, especially NetherRealm games, because there's a combo breaker. However, the thing is, Mortal Kombat 11 doesn't have a combo breaker. Instead, it has breakaway, and breakaway only activates if the opponent knocks you off your feet, or your opponent has to launch you in the air like this, or with a special move like this. You get the idea. Moves that launch you allow you to escape the combo. However, as long as your character stays standing on their feet, there is no way to escape a combo in this game, which means some characters get more guaranteed damage than others. Or if you're Raiden, you get a literal infinite. So here's how it worked. This infinite was crazy easy. The only catch is you needed to be in the corner, and that's it. But as a result, if Raiden cornered you, things got very, very scary. Alright, so here we are in the corner, and all you had to do to start this infinite is land this string. 1-2, and that's a big deal because this string is the fastest attack that Raiden has. Or in other words, this infinite was very easy to get started. Sometimes in games an infinite requires a jump in or some move with a bunch of hits done. Not in this case. Raiden can start his infinite with the fastest move in the game. In fact, he can use pretty much any string, actually. That's the funny part. Any string that hits the opponent and leaves them standing, he can use to start this infinite. But then we have the secret ingredient, Lightning Strike. This move has been patched, of course. It's not as strong as it used to be, and you can tell because now it's only +6 on hit, and that's a big deal because this normal is 7 frames on startup. So if Lightning Strike was any better on hit, then it would guarantee this light attack. And that's exactly how this infinite worked. Raiden would hit you, do the Lightning Strike, and then just do that sequence over again. Just 3 hits over and over again until your character died or until the clock ran out. Once again, this infinite is very, very simple. Now the timing is a bit difficult if you're a casual player, but trust me, with a bit of practice, it was not tough to master. And once again, all you had to do was corner the opponent and then land any string and cancel into Lightning Strike, and boom, the infinite was good to go. And I must emphasize, this infinite was guaranteed. There was no way to escape this thing, which is extremely rare in a NetherRealm video game, but here we are. Raiden was finally worthy of the title God, because this combo was absolutely godlike and extremely unfair, so it makes sense that he was banned for a short period. Because of course NetherRealm nerfed this move pretty quickly, which is understandable. It was way too good, but I kinda like looking back on it and knowing that Raiden was once an overpowered character after spending so long being low tier in Mortal Kombat 11. I don't know, it brings a smile to my face. And next up, we have Katana in Mortal Kombat X. Yes, believe it or not, for a short period of time, Katana was actually banned in Mortal Kombat X, but she was only banned in her mournful variation. And the reason why is very similar to Raiden. She had an infinite, and once again, just like Raiden, it had to be done in the corner. Now thankfully, when I played online, pretty much nobody knew about this infinite, including myself, because I definitely would have tried it since this was my favorite variation when the game came out, mainly because Jade was not in this game and instead they gave her attacks to Katana, a trend that would repeat in Mortal Kombat 11 when they left out Mileena and gave her attacks to Katana for like 2 years. Yeah, I'm not sure why Katana likes stealing moves in the NetherRealm games, but here we are, and she does it quite a lot. Anyway, here's how the infinite worked, and thankfully it is more difficult than Raiden's by a lot. Typically in Mortal Kombat X, if you land a jump-in punch, it has so much hit stun that it pretty much guarantees any follow-up. And then of course once you're on the ground, you can into a string and then special cancel, and you wanted to do the glaive toss because this thing had an ungodly amount of hit stun at one point. In fact, the hit stun was so long that it guaranteed a forward jump punch from Katana, which meant she could land and then repeat the sequence all over again. So essentially it went like this: land any hit and then go into the glaive toss, then do a early jumping punch as soon as you can, land, and then do forward 3-3 and then glaive toss again for maximum damage. And then once that glaive toss came out, do an instant jump punch again to guarantee the string, and rinse and repeat, yada yada yada. You get the idea. However, once again, this infinite could only be done in the corner, and honestly, it's not a true infinite because the combo breaker does escape this situation. And in case you don't believe me, right now I do have combo breaker turned on, and check this out. He can break the second hit. Same thing for if I do a jump in, right? If I jump in and land, he can break it. No combo there. Although oddly enough, he cannot break the glaive, which is interesting. There are plenty of special moves in this game that can't be combo broken, which is kind of crazy. However, even so, it's not going to be an infinite because the second I go for a normal attack, he can break away. So let's see if I can do 2 back to back. Yeah, so I can do that, but that's pretty much the best infinite I'm gonna get. I can do glaive toss, glaive toss, glaive toss, and then regular glaive, and that's pretty much it. And as you can see, I keep dropping it because I have to wait for the glaive to go off screen before I can do it again. But you get the idea. My point is that Katana never had a true infinite in this game, which is why I find it kind of funny that she was banned. Because in Mortal Kombat 9, we had tons of combos like this that did tons of damage, and the characters never got banned, even if the damage was guaranteed. So I guess it just goes to show that the rules for fighting games competitively is changing and becoming a bit more restrictive, which I don't think is a bad thing. The reality is infinites are really annoying, but oddly enough, in a lot of fighting games, they're completely allowed, which I find kind of funny. However, once again, for Mortal Kombat X, it absolutely was banned, and as a result, Katana was banned because this glaive toss was way too powerful. So yeah, one single special move got this entire variation banned, which is kind of interesting. And now on to Mortal Kombat X, and in this game, it's actually Spectral Ermac that was banned for a very short period of time. And the reason why had to do with the bizarre glitch that allowed Ermac to build a lot of meter very quickly. Because in this variation, Ermac has access to Soul Ascension. This allows him to levitate and float around the map. It's honestly a really cool move, gives you access to unique combos, all that amazing stuff. However, the issue is if Ermac did any special move while in this state, he would build an entire bar of meter. And as a result, it was way too easy for Ermac to build all 3 bars of meter. And you might be thinking that's broken because of the access to X-Ray, but if I'm being honest, in this game, X-Rays weren't that OP for most characters. Instead, the main issue was how crazy easy it was for Ermac to gain access to his combo breaker. Every time you touch this guy, he could just do a combo breaker and then build the meter back right away. That's why building meters so easily is a bannable offense in this game, but if I'm being honest, I think any unnecessary glitch like that should be banned regardless of how effective it is. If a character gains an unfair edge due to a glitch, then I do believe that character should always be banned with a few rare exceptions. And next up, we have to talk about Scarlett because she was also banned when she first came out, and that's because she could dash cancel this move much faster. And if you want to know exactly how fast, check out the meter burn version of this move. Yeah, she could cancel at about that speed. It was basically instant, just like her meter burn version. And that's a big deal because in Mortal Kombat 9, you can attack immediately after dashing. So when you combine that with her ability to dash cancel immediately after her regular projectile, you would get infinites on block. Yes, you heard me correctly. Scarlett can make you block literally anything, cancel into the kunai, and then just keep going because her dash cancel was way too fast. And that's okay for the meter burn option because you only have so much meter you can burn before you run out, but when the regular kunai could do that, it was very busted. And eventually you would die from chip damage or the timer would just run out. And as a result, Scarlett was banned when she first came out. She was not allowed at any tournaments. However, thankfully NetherRealm did realize their mistake and she was balanced out to be a lot more fair. However, even so, after all the balances and nerfs, Scarlett still had a block string that would drain half your life bar. That's right, she had 50% damage on block. However, keep in mind we are talking about Mortal Kombat 9 where pretty much every character was busted in some way or another. Alright, and there you have it everyone, several characters who got banned for a single special move. Whether it's building meter too quickly, or having an infinite in the corner, or even having an infinite on block. These characters were absolutely ridiculous and it kind of makes sense they were banned. But even so, I just find it crazy how sometimes a single special move is all it takes for a character to get completely banned. And I hope it was interesting to you as well. If so, please leave a like down below, it helps my channel out a ton, and then keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell, that way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.